Hello and welcome back to EPIC39. I am Exo once again, powered by Intel. I'm not powered by Intel, EPIC39 is powered by Intel. And I'm with Raza, personal friend, top seed, great player. There you go. How are we feeling today, Raza?
Yeah, very good. Happy to be back at LAN, at LAN in a new venue in Wolverhampton. Yeah, it's quite cool here. A lot of new faces, a lot of old faces, a lot of red dragons around.
There are indeed.
And yeah, this match looks like it's going to be a good one. Magico versus PigeonWrench.
Now, you've been a bit of a Magico teacher, have you not, at times?
I've tried. I've tried. Being a teacher is hard.
Being a teacher is very hard.
I always say this, there's no such thing as a bad student, only a bad teacher.
Very
so if I've taught somebody, like I have done some teaching to Magico, any flaws you see in him are flaws which came from me.
I respect that a lot. So apart from you're like 6K and your students aren't.
Well, yeah, exactly. That means I'm a bad teacher. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, yeah.
Means I failed as a teacher.
Right, I understand.
Yeah.
Well, we are loading in to game one. It is going to be on altitude. Our first map of another TVZ actually. We've had all TVZs today. Do you have any comments on the lack of Protoss meta that's going on here?
Yeah, it's weird how Protoss kind of jump in and out of lands, but yeah, it looks like this land is not that many.
Yeah, no, it is one of those things. Alright, well, spawning in the top right of altitude, it is the Zerg player, PigeonWrench. Woo! Let me get the applause sound on.
And in the bottom left, spawning as the Red Terran, we have the leader of the elite UK team, Red Dragons, we have Magico.
Yeah, up to see it.
Alright, so far it looks like a very gentlemanly game.
Yeah.
Very standard barracks timing, very standard hatch first.
It looks bit. I mean, to be fair, this is actually the first time today we've seen a hatch first.
Really?
Yeah, every other game we've had like what 5 other maps, and they've all been pulled first.
Yeah, because we've got gentlemen in this game. I think both these players are quite standard players. I'd say they both like to play macro games, and whilst I'd say their builds are not the most conventional, they're often starting off relatively standard, not too cheesy.
Yes.
Yeah,
No gas pool, all nice and beautifully timed here. We have the one gas timing here, so we should expect to see a CC before anything else out of Terran.
Yeah, but this CC will be a tiny bit late because Magico did do a very fast SCV scout. Like normally you don't SCV scout that fast.
Yeah, you scout
so
after
that sort of thing does
finishes,
delay.
Don't you?
Yeah, that's the best way. And this is becoming very delayed. But yeah, it's alright. The Reaper should be coming out soon. The CC will go down, and
yeah, he's ready. He's waiting for 400. There it is.
Boom.
Blocking the third. This is I've seen you do this a handful of times. Back in the day, you used to block a third base of the Zerg because you'd plan to attack on the other line of third.
Yeah, exactly. So maybe Magico's blocking this base because he plans.
He wants to attack on this base.
There.
You know, I love that. And actually, PigeonWrench might be taking the bait because he's going to take a third CC, or he might be taking his third hatch there.
Yeah, like on a map like this, I don't really know which third base is even better for the Zerg.
Yeah,
but yeah, I do think the forward one is a bit better. So I think nice block there by Magico.
Good idea. We like the idea.
Alright, let's see how his Reaper micro is. Let's see. You don't really need to get too much done with this Reaper. Just want to scout, make sure you don't lose it. But a Link or even a drone is very nice.
Yeah, drone is lovely, isn't it? Drone's like the Ling is the tax that you have to pay. Generally, is what the as the old saying used to go. All this drone that snuck out does get the third down.
Yep.
Okay. And sees it straight away.
Yes, PigeonWrench getting his third as normal. Magico. I like this with the Reaper. You know, if you're not a Maru or Clem. You know, just get the scout, send it back home. You know, don't get too fancy. Focus on your macro.
So just to confirm that, when a Terran sees a third base this fast at this sort of timing, anything else you should be worried about? Is a link flood still possible, or something you'd worry about?
I think most aggression is a lot less likely at this stage.
Yeah.
So in a couple minutes' time, it's still possible some Roachling attack will come, but in the short term, Magico should feel very safe.
Fine, yes, yeah. We have quite an aggressively placed Overlord here.
Yeah, that's going to come in and get a nice scout a bit later.
Yeah.
So Magico does have double gas, so this looks like it's going to be... So it's more of a 2-base build, rather than fast 3cc builds, which are more in meta nowadays.
They are very popular at the moment, yeah, I've noticed that.
But this could be cloaked Magio.
Oh no, it gets caught there.
Yeah, like, Magio did get a scout, he did see that there's no Roach Roar and a Baneling Nest or anything crazy. But it's a lot nicer to keep the Reaper alive, I'd say, than Scout at this time, where there's not really much you expect to see anyways.
I guess he saw there was no lair, and I think the Reaper got in range to see that this wasn't a lair, but again, when you see that there's no gas being mined still, you're like, that's kind of gives you a lot of information.
Yeah, and when you know there's a third hatch already. But alright, this Overlord's going to sacrifice itself to get a juicy scout.
Yeah, it's going to see everything. Sees the tech lab, nothing is researching.
This is a weird build. Like, I'm surprised that's tech lab not even faking cloak. Is he going to throw down the fusion core? But his gas is so high. I feel like what might have happened was he wanted to do the Timmy build where he gets a reactor on the starport, but maybe he got a tech lab instead. Because Magico's money is a mess right now. Like, he's got so much gas banked up. We do see a fusion core starting now, but this should have been started like 30 seconds ago.
I wonder if he was trying to hide from the Overlord. But it's a good position to hide from the Overlord.
Yeah, it was. But yeah, so Magico's, he's just getting some Hellions, gonna get BC, and okay, he's getting an armory. So
oh, is this going to be the Hellbat BC
yeah,
timing? I actually like this build. Again, something I've seen you do versus quite a few good players. Be risky in it. With it on a map in EPIC39 finals once.
Yeah, it hits quite hard. So you normally go with like 10 Hellions and your first BC, all go across the map, you morph into Hellbats right in their face. But this BC is quite late though. Like, look at Magico's gas. He's got 600 gas.
Yeah.
So he should have started this BC like 300 gas ago, about 30-40 seconds ago. But let's see, it still has good potential.
Absolutely. PigeonWrench has been sending out units trying to figure out what's going on. All he sees at the moment is that there's no third base. And obviously he saw the tech lab earlier on that, so it'll be interesting to see what kind of reads or tech he makes. He's only now just getting his lair, making 20 lings. He's stopped droning at 44, so he's definitely thinking that something is going on. But obviously a lot of lings and banelings isn't actually the answer. Well, actually,
I think it is.
It is the answer,
yes.
and then queens to deal with everything else?
Yeah, exactly. Like, Ling Bane just deal with the Hellbats, queens with the single BC. So I think this response by PigeonWrench is quite good. Like, I think he's not too sure what's up. He doesn't know it's a BC, but he thinks there's some sort of two-base pressure, and he is right. He just needs, ideally, one more spore in the main, maybe, but even then, I think PigeonWrench is okay. I think he's got enough queens to hold the BC when it comes. He's got enough on the ground to hold the Hellbats. It's going to depend on the micro by Magico.
Oh, that's what we love to see.
Oh, that's a lot of Hellions, a lot of cars.
I suppose he's had a bit of extra time to build up this force, considering his PC was late. He's looking like he's going to run straight to the third. Do you think going in the middle of the third and the natural is the best way, or?
Yeah, I definitely think so. I think you really want to just jump on top of them and get the queens. You don't want to let them
And here it comes in.
And there's two spines at this base as well. It's a bit unfortunate. Okay,
come in.
Good splits at first. Like, not bad splits.
But now the Hellbats are fighting the spine crawlers while the Ling gets around. All that DPS is coming in. There is only one queen and one spore here. Has he got the Yamato cannon? He has not.
He does not, but it's a good start. Like, does he have any more queens? Can we check the units? Was that all of them?
Units, there are two queens on the map somewhere. They are now being pulled out here. Landing the Viking to do this, but this game is now getting in a really chaotic state where neither player is able to, like, quite stabilise fully. Transfuse going off on the thing. The Viking is going to go down. Oh, it's not going to go down.
Takes quite a few banelings with it, but yeah, Pigeon is really struggling to deal with this BC. He just doesn't have enough queens. Normally Zerg players have like 7-8 queens, but I think Pigeon just had 5 queens or so.
Yeah, and then he's lost most of them now. He should be building a few more. Actually going into Hydras out of this.
Okay. I think it's not the ideal response to mech. Like, I think Magico is making some siege tanks, so those are going to be very good against the Hydras.
We've got the Scout Marines coming in here.
Oh, I think those are F2 Marines, maybe.
Maybe. BC is going to make it alive. Obviously, keeping that alive is great value. We've got a third CC completed as well. This is going to be full-on mech. Is it a second armory?
It's just one armory on the way, one eBay coming. But I think overall, all things said and done, I think it's a even-ish game from both sides. Like, Pigeon just doesn't have many workers. Magico had really good macro behind this, so both at 50 workers each, so that's always good for the Terran.
Yes, Blue Flame is now finished up.
Ooh, that's really helpful, especially against Hydras. Like, Hellions and Hellbats actually really good against Link Hydra with Blue Flame.
Of course, yeah.
It's really satisfying to see Hellions with Blue Flame killing Hydras. I don't know, it just looks cool, the animation and stuff.
Nice. Do you think melee is... Oh, it's melee and missile. Oh, in fact, it's triple upgrade.
Or triple Evo,
Yeah, triple.
That's cool. But PigeonWrench's economy isn't that good. I feel like
he's now trying to power the drone
doing too much there. Yeah, this is good. He just needs to drone up a bit, because mech, especially with siege tanks right now, it's not Cyclone mech. Yes. It takes a long time to get across the map, and Magico needs to build up a big army before he goes. So now Pigeon should just drone till 80-ish, and then he can start making units.
He's got a window to be very greedy, is what we're saying.
Yes.
But
Alright,
that's what
nice
these
little
Hellions are
run
here
by.
to stop, and Blue Flame is done. There's no queens here.
Nice.
So
Nice little 4 drones. And
Keep
the
people
BC is
alive.
also in the top right doing some harass. It's a
Nice.
really nice multi-pronged harass by Magico. I'm really impressed actually with this. This is really doing work. Oh, he can just keep it in the corner and it's
Fly to the
safe.
dead space.
Yeah, this is going to be so annoying for Pigeon the whole game.
Oh, and there's nothing to be able to deal with these things, so he's not mining off this 4th base. The BC is still hovering around. We do have a slight delay on the 4th base for Magico as well there, but a lot of things happening in the game suddenly.
Yeah,
Things are still stabilising out to the similar position. 18 drones on the way, so he's going from 62 up until 74. Yeah, 80 will be.
Yeah,
once these drones
this is very good droning by Pigeon, but yeah, Magico's still in a very comfortable position. He's getting his 4th base on the way. He just needs to have good defense for a while, and a lot of Zergs really struggle to deal with a maxed out mech army, so if Magico can work his way towards that, which I think he has the tools to, he'll be going. Alright, Magico just needs to protect these tanks with all his Hellions and stuff.
That was a bit of an unfortunate position there, because he was in position, and then he moved away from it. BC teleports back in.
Okay.
Maybe going to trade, but
yeah, BC is not really needed there. But nice cleanup by Magico. He held that very well. I think he could have saved those 2-3 tanks even.
yeah.
But overall, that was a good trade for Magico for sure.
Yeah, you can see the supplies are quite close, and the mech army is a lot more supply value than thingy. We are seeing the Hive and the Spire come out now.
Oh, this could be a Broodlord transition.
Yeah.
Soon.
Is there still a big timing for that in this matchup, or do Thors really shut it down now?
So I'd say for Broodlords to be good against Thors, you need a really big number. So just like having like 5-6 Broodlords is very they're almost useless really. You need like 10 to 20 Broodlords for them to actually be effective against Thors, and ideally you need Infestors as well. So it is a bit early for Pigeon to be thinking about Broodlords, I think.
Yes.
Normally, like once you're like 6-7 bases and you've got getting a bank, that's when you go Broodlords. So I think Pigeon might make a key mistake here, going Broodlords too early.
And he's got a good chunk of Hydra. 24 Hydras is not nothing. But against the 6 tanks, I mean, in a straight up fight, I can't see him ever being able to attack in.
Yeah, Hydras are just not that good against mech, especially in a straight up fight. Oh. BC kind of sacrificed itself for nothing. I really would have liked Magico to just keep it in the top right corner of the map.
Yeah.
Even if it does nothing, just occasionally poke in, just keep PigeonWrench scared.
Yeah, because now PigeonWrench has a lot of freedom on the map. That's another thing that he now doesn't have to worry about, basically for the rest of the game. We do see 7 Corruptors and the Great Spire on the way, so PigeonWrench is dashing towards these Broodlords.
Yeah, but he's not going to be able to afford that many. Like, he's only got a 500 gas, and yeah, I really like this move out by Magico.
Yeah.
He's nearly max. This is a scary army, and if Magico controls this army right, I think he can win the game with this push. Well, Magico, he's getting a 5th base behind this. He's getting his 2-2. He's playing a really good mech game.
I don't like this building on location, but yeah, it's something.
Yeah, it's risky, but it's bold. I like
It's
bold.
bold, I like it, yeah. You do see Mitch scanning in the bottom right here, seeing this, but he's actually going to
Yeah,
forego that
I
base
like
and just
this.
go
I like
straight
this.
the
Go
next
for the
base.
base with the drones.
Very decisive, I like it, yeah.
That's it. I hope he just doesn't take his time too much, like sieging up really far back, slowly pushing in. Be bold. Like, there's not that many Hydras here. Hydras are not that good. Yeah, this is really good by Mitch. One siege up. There we go.
Beautiful timing there. There are no Broodlords out yet. The Great Spire is only just about to finish, so these Corruptors are all useless supply, unfortunately, in this fight.
This was a perfect timing by Magico. Really great time to hit, just before the Broodlords are out. And even these 6 Broodlords are not scary against 6 Thors.
Yeah, exactly. It's just not enough, right?
Yeah, that's
And we have more Thors joining the fight.
Oh,
No tanks to support
yeah,
this.
his tanks are all sieged up back, but these Thors are doing a good enough job anyway.
Yeah.
So, wow, this mech army is cleaning up.
Looking very strong. A 2-2 only just finishes for Zerg. What an unfortunate timing for them.
Oh,
Mitch
Broodlords are here.
striking at the opportune moment.
So this is very...
Oh, they're not in the...
Yeah, they're not in the right mode.
mode.
There we
Okay,
go,
there
there we
you
go. It's good enough. Oh, he's kind of derping a bit in the Thors, but there we go.
Yeah, there we go.
See, these 7 Broodlords didn't really do much against Thors.
The push keeps coming and they keep falling.
This is the death march. Death tech march. Sending the game here.
All the Zerg reinforcements rally into the absolute meat grinder. GG, well played, is cool. And that is going to be the end of game number 1. We love to see it.
Yeah, really impressive game from Magico. I think that was very solid, clean mech play. I think the opening, it could have been done better. I think the timings weren't that good with the battle cruiser. If he hit earlier...
tightened up a little bit, you know.
Yeah. But his transition into like a very solid mech game was good. You know, his macro was good. He kept expanding even as he was pushing. Like a lot of players, when they just go for that final push, they kind of forget about their macro. They don't expand anymore.
Yeah.
But he was ready, you know, to take it to their very late game.
Well, it's really nice, you know, when you see a player like that, they have a plan for the matchup and they're doing it and they're sticking to the plan, right? Because obviously, maybe he was not expecting to win the game right then and there, but he knew what he needed to do to then make the next part happen. Having that next step is always really nice.
Yeah. I feel Pigeon, he tried to do a bit too much there too early, like getting the 3 Evo chambers, getting all the upgrades, and getting Broodlords too early. Whereas he needed Infestors or Vipers. Like Hydra Viper can be a decent combo, and Infestors are pretty good against Thors.
Is it just a Blinding Cloud or to pull in the Thors? Is that
mainly pull in the Thors and a Blinding Cloud the tanks.
Oh yes, of course.
So, so that can be quite a nice combo. But yeah, Broodlords then was not the right choice. And in general, Hydras are not that great against mech. You know, even just something like Roach Ravager, surprisingly, can do better.
Because then you can bile and then keep the positional sort of game down. Okay, well that was a really solid game number 1. Like to see it from Mitch. The second game is going to be Ancient Cistern. I didn't need to make the map. I forgot I'm the one making the map.
That's quite a good mech map, actually. I think there's quite a few bases you can take quite comfortably on that map.
Do you think in the classic tradition of, well, it just worked against my opponent, maybe I should do it again?
Yeah, I think Magico will do the same sort of thing. I imagine he'll do a different opening into mech, and I think that would be a very good choice.
Yeah.
Because Pigeon's response to mech and in general his play against mech wasn't that strong. So if Magico can just get himself in a decent position into the mid-late game with mech, I like his chances.
Nice. All right. Well, let's see if PigeonWrench feels like he has to play the same game again. Well, maybe he's going to try something more like Mutery or something. You know, try and change the pace up and take control of the matchup a little bit. Always interesting to see. And we are now loading into the second map as Ancient Cistern. And yeah, that's I think it's going to be another standard opening from both.
Well, let's see. I feel like Pigeon, he could throw something cheesy in.
It would be interesting to see if he does. There we go. Best of 3. There we go.
Nice. And in the bottom left, spawning as the blue Zerg, we have, playing for Goldmasters, PigeonWrench.
Whee! Spin around. And in the top right, the leader of the Red Dragons, once again coming out to LAN to see what he can do. It is Magico.
Oh, Magico, he's doing the cheese this game. What's he? With just one SCV. Is this just a hatch block? What is this? Is this like a ridiculously fast scout?
That is a very fast scout. I guess he's scared of 12 ball.
Okay. Yeah, maybe like this is sort of the tournament mindset where Magico, he's very worried about a cheese, and he just thinks, I'm 1-0 up, I feel like my opponent might cheese, let me see if...
Yeah, do you know, I don't hate it, actually. I've played versus Magico in tournament doing the exact same thing, where I'm like, he's going to hardball off versus my Protoss, therefore I'm just going to get one of my first workers across the map. So it's actually not a cheese. Yeah, Barracks is at home.
Yeah.
Maybe that freaks Pigeon out. Oh yeah, he's going to block the third. Yeah, so he takes the slight economic hit there to...
Oh, this isn't a slight economic hit. This was like straight away as soon as the game started. SCV across the map. That is huge.
Yeah, it's a huge economic hit.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'd say this puts Magico at a reasonable disadvantage already. Like we're going to see the SCV at its natural. It's going to take quite a while before it throws down.
Yeah, because normally it can go down around 138, 139, right?
Yeah.
But now we're looking at 142.
Yeah, but at least Magico this game, you know, he can be comfortable. He knows that his opponent's not doing anything crazy right now. So maybe he was just thought that if the game goes as it did last game, he'll be fine. So let me just make sure I'm not getting cheesed. This could be a very big confidence play rather than a sort of scared play from Magico.
That is very true.
And yeah, the SCV is still hanging around here as well, scouting around, still checking that nothing weird is going down instead of blocking a potential third or sending it back home.
Yeah, now the Reaper comes across the map. So yeah, he's had eyes on the Zerg side for the whole game. Yeah, I'd love to see it.
Yeah, let's see how Magico behaves with his Reaper as well. Like, is he going to be conservative? Okay, he's being aggressive, like SCV to tank as well.
Oh, SCV gets caught out. That SCV is never going home.
Yeah. Okay,
One link.
He gets a link, but I wouldn't really take that trade to SCV for a link.
Yeah, that's very true, actually.
But yeah, at least Magico, he's got his Reaper across the map, he's scouting, and he sees no third base there, and he should see that this third base is going to go down,
Yeah.
and that should make Magico relieved, I think. He seems like he's very worried about a cheese, so when he sees his third base, he should be able to relax a bit more.
Yes. Okay. Guarantee he's worried about roaches into muters, the absolute classic.
Yeah, that's the NA style.
Yeah.
Okay, now this is the double reactor play where Magico's going for. So he's getting a reactor on on everything. I think this is the Timmy build where you get triple reactor.
Yeah, so this is called Timmy build. Player Azura, who is in this tournament as well. Yeah, he gave Mitch this build years ago, actually, I think now, which was just a very simple build to pump out a lot of units. You get reactors on everything, and then you can make lots of units.
Yeah, so I think...
And you hit a nice time in like 5 minutes.
Yeah, I think you hit with like Hellbats, Marines, and then Liberators as a follow-up.
Yeah,
so I haven't really seen it that much, but in theory it sounds like it can be scary. So let's see. Last time PigeonWrench, he was very good at getting a lot of ground defense. So he got 2 spines, he got Ling Bane. He really respected a 2-base push. It was just the BC he wasn't prepared for.
Yeah, and luckily he was able to hold it just enough to not take critical damage from that.
Let's see. So Pigeon, he's sending the Overlord in. It's very crucial that Magico denies the scout. He's got a lot of Marines, so he should be able to deny it before he goes too deep. So
yeah,
Magico really wants to hide the armory, and he wants to hide the reacted starport ideally. And I think he will achieve. Hiding those.
Oh, he might not even see the factory.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Let me just double check that with the vision.
Yeah,
there.
he didn't see anything.
Yeah, didn't see anything. Very nice.
But I guess what's Pigeon thinking now? He sees a lot of Marines. He might be thinking it's like a 2-on-1 or some sort of 2-base Marine heavy push.
Which is a similar thing, just get a lot of units for 5 minutes. He's actually on triple spore here.
Okay, I think he thinks this is BC again.
Yeah,
so this is good. These spores are not going to be very useful. Okay, it's Medivacs, not Liberators. So these Medivacs are actually going to be really strong with the Hellbats and with the Marines.
Yeah, Reaper stayed alive.
That's
game
good.
as well.
See, I like that. I like that with Magico. Just send the Reaper home, keep it alive, and that Reaper it adds up with the push that's going to come.
Yeah,
up
absolutely.
Oh, 9 drones. Pigeon, he's still droning behind this.
Oh, this could be a very swift game. Hey, he has got 1 Ling on the out front here. Mitch is going to clear it before he moves out.
That's really good by Magico. Oh, hey, move the Reaper, move the Reaper.
He's leading it away, so the rest of his army can move out.
Yeah, and Pigeon, he's getting a 4th base as well, and a layer, double gases. Yeah, Pigeon is misreading this. Maybe he thinks it's just a battle cruiser coming or something.
Well, and yeah, even this where it's like, oh, these are just going to be like 4 Hellbats or something.
Oh,
no, there's a lot more Hellbats
shot,
coming here.
Yeah.
And the Hellions coming in. Where's the reaction from PigeonWrench?
Yeah,
more drones?
4
Overlords, he's supply blocked.
Yeah, he's not even supply block actually, but he's still making 4 Overlords. So I think this push might just win the game really. So many Medivacs getting so much healing and there's nothing really on the ground.
Yeah, look at this. This Hellbat has not died and an instant GG. Well played.
2-0 from Magico.
Wow.
Very nice result.
Very clean gameplay.
Yeah, you can be very happy with that. You know, really well executed build in that game.
Set up the mind game in the first one. You know, had PigeonWrench guessing for what was going to happen. And then, it's able to take the second game in a very clean and good fashion. You love to see it.
Yeah.
Very proud of our boy Mitch.
Yeah, very happy for him. You know, I think he wanted to win.
Yeah.
And he got one, and a very well-deserved one. You know?
Very clean. Both games, actually. Yeah, he played very well. So, that's really good. We love to see it. Congratulations to him. Commiseration to PigeonWrench. Also a very solid player in his own right. But, didn't quite get the read in that last game.
Yeah, he very much misread it, and I think his responses to mech wasn't quite right as well.
Yeah.
And this game, it's kind of weird how he saw a lot of Marines, but he didn't respect a 2-base push.
Nah. I wonder if he did think it was... Well, no, because even if he thought it was 2-1-1, you'd still kind of be having some defenses around the same sort of time. It's just,
Yeah, so how does this group look? Do we know what the standings are, roughly?
Let's have a quick check.
And is it the top 3 of the group go to Code S? Is that right?
So
Bottom 2 to Code A?
The way we're doing it is, top 3 of each group go through to a top 12 finish. But then the top seed of each group gets a bye into the round of 8.
Okay, I like that.
And then there are 4 matches of the round of 16 essentially.
Yes.
To play to then determine the rest of the top 8, which I believe we want to play today, but we're not 100% sure on that. And then the rest of the top 8 will be tomorrow, where we'll be casting basically every game.
Okay, cool. So I guess with Magico, with this 2-0 win, does that mean he has a chance of getting into Code S now?
Let me have a quick check and see if I can go on to the bracket.
That would be amazing if Magico could get his first Code S.
Yeah, that would be great. Can we get onto the? Can we show my screen?
Actually, but I think the rest of his group is quite tough. I think has Magico played Mars Ball yet? If they've played,
Yeah, so let's just have a quick check here. I don't know if these are all up to date at the moment. Where is his group?
Yeah, Group B there.
B, yeah. So, yeah, he's still got to play Mars Bar, and if he takes down Mars Bar, yeah, he could be going through to Code S.
That would be great to see.
Yeah, that would be great to see.
I think it's doable. I think if he plays like how he played that game, solid Nexile, some good pushes, I think he could do it.
Yeah, I mean, the only difficult thing is that Mars Bar obviously got to see those games potentially.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a thing, but that might be a mind game in and of itself. Maybe Mitch has got some special things planned for Mars Bar also. Yeah, he also saw Mars Bar play very aggressive in his games versus Jesu. So there's information on both sides. So that's actually quite fair. Any other quick groups that look interesting?
I think so far, most of the results have been as expected, with the favourites of the groups going undefeated so far.
Actually, GFH in Group C is doing very well.
Oh, he beat Distan, didn't he? That was quite an upset.
Yeah, that was quite an unusual or an unexpected one. I wish we'd cast that game now because some Protoss action. But not sure what's going on with that. But GFH, do you know him? I personally don't know him very well.
I don't know him very well. I met him briefly. Seems like a nice guy. I believe his granddad is also here.
Oh, is that Creek?
Yeah, his granddad is Creek, who was in my group.
That's cool. Yeah. It's nice showing the support,
Yeah. I heard a rumour. I'm not 100% how true it is, but GFH, his granddad, Creek, and GFH's mum defeated Uthermal in a 3v1.
Wow!
I don't have a reliable source on that, but I heard that. So if that's true, that's pretty cool.
That's an interesting one.
Family bonding together to defeat a pro gamer.
That's what you want to see. That's a wholesome experience. And then in Group D, we have of course, the Red Dragons group.
Yeah, all Red Dragons.
Which is going about as we expect so far. I don't know if Ross and Timmy have played their games yet. That'd be an interesting PvP. But I do believe we have Timmy and Wiseman on in a bit. So that's going to be a PvZ we'll be seeing. Yeah. All looking pretty solid. But yeah, no, Mitch making out with a group would be really good. ACO, I suppose, hasn't played. Oh, yeah, he's having internet issues, isn't he? So he hasn't played his games yet.
Yeah.
Good stuff. All right, so Raza, I'll do a mini interview with you while you're here.
Okay, sure.
Do you think, how you feeling? You're number 1 seed?
Yeah, I think I'm feeling all right. Like, not been playing that actively. Past week I've been trying to play some. And my form feels a bit shaky, but still think good enough to win LAN.
Oh, that's what we like to hear.
Yeah, I'm predicting to win it all.
Nice.
But a bit afraid of the youngster Iba.
Yes, of course.
Even a bit afraid of Richie and Ross, I think.
Yeah, well, Richie and Ross were
pretty good nowadays.
Richie and Ross were competing for the prospective first place before you signed up, and then Iba also signed up.
Yeah, exactly. The competition doubled overnight.
Literally doubled overnight. So yes, really interesting stuff. I'm trying to remember who our next match is. Howl versus Mono? Yeah, that's what we've got down there.
Okay.
That sounds pretty good.
Yeah, Mono's a Terran. Howl is a Protoss?
Yes. Howl's a Protoss?
Protoss, okay.
I believe so.
Okay, TVP action.
Yeah, so
nice.
I'm interested in that. Mono's been looking really strong. So Mono hit someone earlier, Phalange. You know Phalange?
Yeah, he's good, Phalange.
So Phalange is a 5'8 Zerg, is it?
On a very good day, maybe 5'8.
Oh, okay.
So
he's played a ranked game as Protoss, which cloned off his MMR, so he's 5'8 as Protoss, and then he's playing unranked at like 4.5k.
Yeah.
But Mono beat him, and that's a good win. PvT is a hard matchup.
For who?
Everybody.
Okay, yeah. Good.
I actually do think it's a hard matchup for everybody. I don't think...
Well, Starcraft's a hard game for everyone, right?
It is, and I was supposed to keep an eye on chat to see what was going on. Oh yeah, good.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out to Bromeria in chat.
Hey Bromeria.
Couldn't make it to this LAN.
Who's we got in chat? Ark. Hey, another Red Dragon. Ark.
Yeah.
Savage. Thanks Savage.
Hashtag thanks Savage. Yeah. Always about. It's been good. It's nice to see the community sort of coming out here.
Never seen an RD player lose to GM. Okay.
Well,
I don't know.
Yeah, well,
if you close your eyes, then you got to see a lot of things.
Well, that is all good stuff. All right, so our next game is going to be, we are going to have a bit of a break over lunch before the next game. So the next game is going to be coming up at about 4 p.m. So a little bit of an hour and 20 minutes. But yeah, then we're going to be coming back for the rest of the games of today. And we're expecting to see some more good matches.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Good stuff. In the meantime, we're going to go play some Street Fighter.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, good stuff.
Yeah, post in chat who you think's going to win.
Yes.
Hashtag Raza or hashtag EXO.
There we go. Yeah, do it.
All right.
Cheers.
Take care.
overclockers, and welcome. Oh, screw this. Where's EPIC when you need him?